The Quarry, a supermassive piece of excellence that sees a group of individuals attempt to survive the night from multiple dangers, including from themselves. Hello everyone, I am the FlightlessBird, and this is your story-based gaming channel. After playing through multiple runs of this fantastic game, let's rank the Quarry characters, at least those who we could directly interact with at least once during the game, in a human form, shall we say. The list will be full with spoilers, so please, if you have not played or seen this game, go do so, or watch our playthroughs on the channel by clicking the link to the start of the playlist in the description box below, or by clicking the eye at the top right. Before we begin, a couple quick points. 1. This ranking list was made because I love this game and wanted to celebrate it. I'm not a professional reviewer or a human analyst behavior specialist something. 2. Caleb, Kaylee, Silas, the hikers, and the podcasters are not on this list since we never directly interacted with them. With that said, we have 15 characters to go through, so let's do this. Number 15, Nick. First playthrough, I really felt for Nick, a guy who was shy around a girl he likes and doesn't know how to approach her. But looking back on it, truth and dare, it was really messed up, and he did nothing to prevent that from going completely wrong. And then we get his werewolf changing scene. Now, let me tell you, the way he talked to Abby and told her how she was nothing but easy pickings made me really uncomfortable. At first, I chalked this up to the transformation. But the more I learned about this world and the more I felt this was truly Nick's deeper and darker thoughts brought to surface, I just didn't feel right about him at all. And yeah, that's why he's at number 15. Number 14, Max. You know, Max is not a bad character. I kind of like him. It just feels like an afterthought or a plot device on a reason for the story to even happen. If he was an inanimate object, I'd call him a MacGuffin device. We get to play him only once during the gameplay, and it's to make a simple decision, albeit with drastic consequences, to stay on the island and survive, or swim and die a horrible death. At the beginning, Travis just dismisses him to talk to Laura. And in the prison, the same thing seems to happen again. At least we get to see a nice scene with him and Laura if certain things fall in very specific ways. Number 13, Constance. The matriarch of the Hacketts, and wow, what a cold woman she comes off as. The first time we see her, she's taunting Nick the werewolf and seems to have a superiority complex over everyone. She berates Travis for trying to do his best to keep the family safe, which seems really unfair once we realize all of the sacrifices he makes for his family. And not to, also mention that for most people, she'll probably die almost instantly after we meet her with a shotgun blast to the face. And if you don't kill her, it's not like she adds too much to Chapter 9's story anyway. Number 12, Ryan. So this is where my list is going to start to get dicey, as here's my problem with Ryan in one word: kind of dull. Every counselor and Hackett seems to have this personality type that is brought up to an 11 that sort of makes him stand out in some way or the other. But with Ryan, every scene he's in with another character, I just enjoy that other character more. After he kills Chris in a scene that should have been emotionally crushing and full of despair, The scene then just centers on Laura and Travis discussing their next move, or killing each other. I never felt like that conversation had the weight and meaning behind it that the game was building it up to. Maybe if we had an opportunity to voice that to Laura when he was dying, how tough that would be to kill the man that he has so much respect for, it could have meant more. But it didn't happen. And so in the end, I have Ryan low on my list. It doesn't mean I didn't like him. I just thought there were missed opportunities to really bring that character to that next level. Number 11. Chris. You know, Chris seems like a really good guy. He was a family man until everything went south 6 years ago. His children and himself became infected, which causes the events of the Quarry to be centered upon. However, he also puts everyone's lives at risk when he decides that secrets are more important than survival. He tells the crew to stay in the lodge, be quiet, and do nothing else. I mean, who would just do that? And the kind of weird thing is, Ryan, he actually was like, yeah, let's just listen to Chris and do what he says. I should probably have Chris lower than Ryan, but in the end, he was there and then gone. Chris did things that made me really question what was going on early. And because of that, and also because of that just massacre like kill scene in the Hackett home, which is the most gruesome in the game, I felt he deserved to be higher on the list. Number 10. Abigail. Abby is adorable and a girl that I wanted to protect. She's charming, and when she met the little boar, it was such a sweet moment. And when I did fire at Nick in our first playthrough, that scene gutted me seeing her head fly off. Yet, the more I played, the more I wondered what she actually did. Her awkward relationship with Nick is awkward. When Emma the werewolf emerges from the car, she just runs off for a bit. Sure, she'll come back later with silver bullets, but it's constantly portraying the game as being a sidekick, like with Emma early on. Always just trying to please someone or everyone. She can end up saving Caitlin at the cost of Caleb's life in the end, and this is where we really see her coming into her own, but it happens at the very end. Number 9. Emma. Sometimes a character falls in my eyes due to how they treat another character that I like. For example, Nick at 15. With Emma, her manipulative nature to make Jacob feel jealous at Truth or Dare was horrible. Plus the way she tries and manipulates others. Even her friendship with Abby seems like she just made her an underling. This is the type of girl that you might see in some school TV shows, you know, the head of a mean girl clique. I really love all the time they gave her though, as her personality really did get a chance to shine through, that she's not that mean girl, that she does have vulnerable sides to her. She also has multiple death scenes, and then even an awesome scene where she becomes a werewolf in the car, or later in the basement, having 2 different times when she can transform. It's because of this I give her the edge over Abby, and besides, if we're being honest, Abby would probably agree with me anyhow. Number 8. Jedediah. The Patriarch. And can I just say that sometimes it takes only one scene for me to fall in love with a character. This scene right here, this acting, his voice and turmoil and pain and wow, really makes me wish we could see more of Jed. Number 7. Bobby. No one in this game made me laugh more than Bobby. From where he was in the home, to how Ryan took his knife, to finally being stabbed and crying about it, this big Hulk, who was portrayed as being the Jason Voorhees of the game, ends up being something entirely different, subverting my expectations, and I loved him for that. Not to mention, when No Prize in the comments nicknamed him Cena, that just made me laugh even more. And now I really want to see John Cena cosplay as Bobby sometime. That would make my day. Oh, Bobby, just wonderful character. Number 6. Caitlin. The final girl, Caitlin. She didn't take garbage from anyone and was a determined and forceful character that could be seen almost as a leader of the counselors. When Nick and Jacob were squabbling over the peanut butter pops, it was her who took command and set up the duel between them, and also outclassed them both in the meantime, which was pretty dang cool. When Abby and Nick and her were in the lodge and there was someone roaming around, it was her that took charge to figure out what was going on. When deciding about what to do with transportation, it was her who said we should go to the scrapyard. In chapter 10, it was her fighting against Caleb and the lodge. There's just so many great things that Caitlin did, and I had her at one point in the top 5, but she just got edged out slightly. But that's no fault of her as a character, because I think Caitlin is absolutely awesome. Number 5. Eliza. The Hag of Hackett Quarry and our villain in this story. And that is why she is here. Due to her being the villain and not a tragic mother who lost her love due to a couple of bratty children ruining her life. She is the hardest to rank, as at one time, she was dead last in my list, since I hated what she did to Silas. I didn't like how she had a murderous rage to kill all the Hacketts and used us as a tools in a manipulative game. She played us like a fiddle, and we went along with it. But again, as a villain, that's what you want to see your villain do. You want to hate the character you're supposed to hate. And that's how I felt about her. After playing through multiple times, I have nothing but disgust for this woman and all the things that she did. Now, granted, there may be a story we don't know about how she took in this boy and everything, but my theory is she cursed Silas and made him into the dog boy. And it's even implied that Silas isn't really hers, so it's very possible she kidnapped a boy, turned him into a werewolf, and put him in a show so she could get money. And if that's true, come on, that is just messed up. So for that, I sentenced her to start out the top 5. Oh, and a metal pole right through her dark heart. Number 4. Dylan. I'm sure a lot of us could see elements of ourselves in Dylan's character in some way, shape, or form. From wanting to fit in, so he tries to be someone he's not. Yet he doesn't come off as a creep like I feel Nick did. From the intense, panic-filled scene of asking Ryan to sever his arm, to becoming almost like Ellen Ripley, utilizing that torch to fend off the werewolf and saving Caitlin in the scrapyard. What a dramatic night. In the end, he learns to be true to himself, and it was good to know Dylan. Number 3. Jacob. The calls for the counselors to spend one more night, and it's easy to blame him for it. Yet, did he know that things would turn out like they did? And besides, except for Ryan being questionable about throwing a party, everyone else seemed perfectly okay with it. Is he immature? Definitely. Yet he has a good heart and really loves and cares for Emma, as well as make me laugh many times. Out of every character, his night was filled with the most roller coaster of emotions. Though tragically, there is no true happy ending for him. Even when reunited with the one that he loves, she spurns him and is left to question his future. This night would be one that he would never forget, although maybe not for the same reasons as all the others. The penultimate choice. Laura. Fitting how my top 2 are the ones most closely tied to the overall story arc of the game. Laura or Travis? For me, Laura takes the number 2 spot. We see her go through a lot, and her growth in this game, from being scared in the woods to shotgun-wielding Buffy the werewolf huntress, she is the one who ultimately ends the curse. She is charming, witty, commanding, and cares for others. I am so thankful that Supermassive did not kill off the prologue characters this time, because here, it gives us one of their best characters. Because... And our number 1. Travis. The heart of the Quarry. My heart breaks more for Travis than any other. He became sheriff because his predecessor died, as his niece and nephew started a fire at a gypsy circus to free the one who would eventually end up cursing his family. I don't think it's fair to blame any of the 3 kids for this, but that incident sent his life into a downward spiral. He wants so badly to protect his family, to protect everyone. And you can see the torment and anguish in his character as he tries to balance following the law with saving his family. He is fighting an impossible battle, but he keeps fighting 72 moons consecutively. He understands that he will need to be held responsible for his crimes, but he has to finish the job first. Or you can turn him into a psychopath who goes on to kill Laura and Ryan. Or you can make him cover everything up if Ryan dies. The range of scenarios that Travis can take part in and his inner and outer struggles has him at the top of my list. And that's our rankings. How far off am I? Who did you have at the top and at the bottom? Please comment below on at least your favorite and your least favorite characters in the Quarry, as well as if you agree with me or not. But please, remember to continue to be the #1 YouTube community in all of YouTube, and make sure the discussions are kept friendly, as we are all admirers of this sensational game. Thank you so very much. If you haven't seen this game play out in many different scenarios, consider checking out our playthroughs on the channel. Whether it was our first run, kill all counselors, kill all Hackett, save everyone, or just kill everyone. We saw so much, and this is just a wonderful experience, and I look forward to playing the hidden agenda, as well as the next horror adventure in The Devil in Me. And if Supermassive is able to watch this list or hear about this video, I just want to take a quick second to say thank you for making such a tremendously awesome series of games. And if you like this video, go ahead and do something simple as hit that thumbs up to like, share this with your friends, and subscribe to your story-based gaming channel. We have a bright future ahead of us as well, and I can't wait to see what the next morning brings us. Special shout out to our wonderful, amazing Patreons, Chinnick T and Techno Trouble. If you'd like to join them, description is in the link below. And thank you. for everything. Truly, thank you. This has been an amazing ride, and I am blessed to be here with you all in these journeys. Until next time, my friends, so long and take care. Thank you for watching this video. Feel free to comment on what you saw and what you would like to see next. I always love to hear your thoughts. Please be sure to like and subscribe for more. Also, please do not forget, you matter, you are brilliant, and you are loved. And you should always remember to be true to yourself. Don't let the world tell you any different. Much love to you from your friendly feathered flightless bird. Till next time.